There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Calling for people who willing to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The brothers giving us the end of promise from them. The welcome and life without again.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't Sktv menu. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't play ya to money, and I could buy ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grand bazaar.
There are things we can do. We bring it good news and we give it to you. We searching for podcast and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. Calling for people who willing to sell. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise from best. The world with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from River Sass, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Monserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bon County to Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, folks. What a way to go. Sorry that we've been faced with some of the technical glitches, but how be it, it's good to be on your screen, and it's also good to be on the airwave. So let me say it again. Wonderful good evening to all of you, our cherry listeners. Yes, indeed, those of you always burning your batteries and all your details and making sure that you follow all of our activities. How be it, indeed, we are here. I know it's not easy, but God is there, people. There is time for everything. So say the good book. The good book is one of the best. So if you want to read, you thinking about all of the things on this earth, how to get rich, how to make money, how to share love, how to give to people, and everything, how to build, anything you want to know about, anything you want to do on this earth. The best book, it is the Bible. Go there and read. You will understand. Don't allow people to read for you. Because when people read for you, they will interpret. The same way the quote look. Let me tell you. Yeah. Sometimes the wisdom in us is not easy. Quote. That whole entire law, all our BB10 will be reading at the end of the day. That's just common reasoning. That means common sense. Common reasoning. That, for example, somebody say, with this case of Mr. McGill, right? Even though he's not in court, but if he's going to be in court, they're going to say that it may be in jail until, in fact, it may not guilty until he's proved guilty or he's proven guilty by the law. Even you kill. So that's the thing with life. Even if you kill, they will say you're not guilty until the law find you guilty. And you will get lawyers. You will get people that will stand your everything. People will back you. People will do this. People will do that. But sometimes you think, what is right? What is wrong? People go to school to survive own people. Yeah, and everything will tell you. People go to school to survive on people. Sometimes there are some things, sometimes I know some of you can be wondering as to, but look at the other person, they now, they don't, in fact, they don't have too many educations, they are not educated, they don't even have BSc, but they get money. Yes. Going to school will not give you money. If they're for going to school to make money, no. But working hard, and when you go to school, it will help you to steal from people because people got to pay you for you to work. By the way, let's share the show, people. Today is Tuesday, the 21st of October. So we have how many more days? 10 days to go. And we'll be saying bye-bye to the month of October. And we'll be welcoming the month of November all the way to December. You see how life look? Time wait for no man. It's like camping start though. What I'm sensing, what I'm seeing now is like campaign start. Those of you who been keeping your campaign money, you better bring it out. Campaign start. Why let me play this song? What we do the sharing of the show? It's not, stop keeping money. We got campaign start already. Yeah.
That's why they angry. I see people are hungry. That's why they complain. Streets, keep almost entire week. This is the night we must speak. But that's not really what you mean. That's the problem around us. We are here to spread
Wonderful way to go. So we just introducing our new song on the block to all of you politicians. I don't know what happened to the network, but it's like we are faced again with another one. This problem the few days is just too many, man. What kind of wahala be this? Yeah, it's problem just up, 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 up. What kind of wahala? Yeah, so we hear the la la la, and they will come again. Look, this song will be one of my best songs ever in my entire life. Ahmed Amon, let's share the show, people. Mom will soon be here with us and all the rest of the team, but please let's share the show. I don't know what happening to this network. They just keep doing all kinds of things back to back. Yeah, what happening? We're faced with some problem here within network. How are you people watching me? If you're watching me, yeah, let me know so that I can do some adjustment. But I'm facing some issues here. But de la la la, de la la la, they can lie at the politicians. They just good. They go to school to lie to you. Everyone go to school. So other people they go to school to lie. So when you get invest, people got to lie to you so that they can survive. When they don't lie to you, they won't survive. So I know you are angry. Please don't be angry. People go to school to cajole. Oh God. And there's a saying, right? Sometimes you listen to people be singing some song. When you hear about 14 good all to where about you hear the kind of songs. That will make me I join this business 419 in politics is just a game. So don't be angry just because somebody is that maybe playing you lao lao. So you vex. Or because someone is playing you anyhow. Don't be angry. Politicians are hard to look. Poverty is not good. It make a lot of people to join politics. And when they join politics, they got to cajole you. They got to do some kind of thing just so that they can survive. So let's move people. Today, Tuesday morning, we soon be here. Actually, we have so many things to talk about. I will recognize you about people, but please let us share the show. Indeed, it's not easy. Yeah, I don't know. What happened to the network? What happened? Something is going on. Something is absolutely going on. Finding it difficult to even share. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, that was not tempered with that before. Before it becomes something else. But it's not easy. When you hear these kind of songs, poverty it's not good to poverty is bad, especially for Africa. It makes most of our politicians, by the time they get their green light, there's some no. For people to even go in the House of Representative, for someone to even campaign the coming elections, I don't say it will not happen, but I really want to see the kind of campaign message that they will carry. Because what you can tell our people now? What exactly you will tell the old man there who's selling on the market, same day, nobody, no customer to even say hello to her? What you tell? You know, when we come here to say these things, just feel that we're joking. People go to market to sell. Like for example, they carry their goods. Sometimes someone is selling slippers. They sell only one pair of slippers for the whole day, and they got to eat. They have to take transportation. If they have child or children, these children they have to eat in the evening or they have to go to school in the morning. But they have to go back to go sell. Eating is not. Let me play this song again, man. Yeah, y'all share the show. Look, y'all share the show, man. Indeed, people, yeah, it is indeed interesting that you will know they will come to you, they will come to your house or your houses, they will knock on your door or your doors, they will come in your village, your villages, your strangers, all of the, in fact, even if you have a river, like for example, those in fact, some of my people who live behind the Kavala River, they will go there to campaign. Look, this thing that came, the people are playing. I'm gonna get versed. Thing will get better. Well, let me say what I'm what I'm with us. But it is indeed interesting. I know you are hurting because you know I feel sorry for our market women, our mothers, our sisters who wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock. Some of us look when we were hustling, but then when the hustle was taken away. We used to carry, you know, yeah, let me just give it one gist quickly before I bring more on. You know, yeah, you know, back then, way back, you know, yeah, way back by then. Yeah. We used to do the you know, hustle to survive. I mean, you know, I was thinking about, you know, how to drive. In fact, I wanted to look, to tell you how terrible Liberia is. That even if you're struggling as a young person for a little career, something that will even put food on your table, you will struggle for the rest of your life. If you're not strong, you get me. If you not leave that career to join the other side, you can't survive. So by then, more quickly, you know, that was 2011, between 2010, 2010, yeah, 2010, 2011. So I said, wow, I want to learn how to drive. Yeah. I went to the parking, you know, to the bus parking, Johnson Street. I was living Johnson Street. Because I said, I don't want to pass around a young person after high school, thinking about a better life, he had nothing to do. So let me go learn how to drive, you know. Yeah. No way the driving fees a year, one driving fees by them. 300. Well, they gave me 500 we pay 300. So I said, okay, since that's the case, let me go to the bus, to the buses. In fact, I got in contact with one of my friends here who tells Zogo in that later on. You know, he used a low car on Johnson Street. So when I got in contact with him, he told me, he said, okay, my brother, don't worry. I'll make contact for you and you'll get you'll get somebody that will help you. I said, okay. I'm giving you my own life experience. Just little. More quickly before you come on. I went there. So morning I went to over Johnson Street. At that time, all of the cars, all the buses, everybody gone. So he said, brother, just wait. One other making always come here, you know, and you don't have cardboard. So you will be a cardboard. I said, no problem. I said, my brother, I don't want to learn how to drive. I don't want someone that will teach me how to drive. He said, okay. Now, I waited. Just imagine, I haven't eaten for nothing, no food. I haven't eaten. I live waiting up to 2 o'clock. When the man arrived, the guy went to the man, told him, man, he said, oh, I got one of my brother, man. Yeah, you know, he's not telling that I want how to drive. He tell the man that in fact I want to do cardboard work. So the man called me. He said, oh, man, am I prayer, you know? In fact, while we talking, the guy over there loading the car. My friend and by them, my late friend. You know, already loading the car and the man myself talking. So the man asked me, have you done cardboard work before? I said, no, chief. I don't do cardboard work before. He said, but what really encourage you to say that in fact you won't do cardboard work? I said, I want to learn how to drive. Yeah, at least so that I can be able, you know, to get a job to be doing instead of me to be sitting home and not doing nothing. Every time I go down water, by then I was down water, we'll go down water to go sell. Mary Bro and the ERU, but then the ERU people, they just starting that and literally they used to flock up with the BB Rattens. We're giving your little life experience. How terrible our society is. When we come here, some people want us to be singing praises to the politicians. When the guy said, all right, you can start now? Yeah. I said, yeah, chief, no problem. Just imagine now, first cowboy, fetch and ready my mug. Hey, but I have a mug, where you live for? Let me speak the easy.
I'm enjoying your story. Just listening. Well, it's not about career. It's not about deciding where you want to go. It's all about the hustle. You got to make it on a day-by-day basis. And anywhere you think that can put food on the table, mostly food and roof over your head. Those are the two most important things. If you're a man, you got to provide. And so you got to make that adjustment and do what you need to do. You know, that's the thing. So that's great.
And Mark, just listen, my dear brother, because this is a story that sometimes some men goes through. Sometimes when new women come into men's life, they want to play games. Sometimes they don't even understand. Yes, seriously, Mark. So I went there. The guy said, "Man, you started now." More, I wouldn't even know the people, communities, the street, but because by then you had to talk as a cowboy. You know, that was between 2011 and now where the cowboy thing now is a civil thing. Yeah. You know, it's a civil thing where you got now you can't still talk. But by then we should be doing really iron factory, all of these things. Or Jimmy Carroll, we just shout him up. So I started with Mark. Yeah. Mark, that man used me from 2010 to 2011. That man, he promised me more. Every Sunday, they will tell me that, man, you know, you have it. I like you because all of my people that been coming, you know, all of my people, because of him, Mark, we used to wake up 4 o'clock in the morning because the man had some of the US, is that Intercom? Who then working to the US Embassy?
Yeah, the Intercom security and North Star. When I was there, I was two big security firms at the time.
My brother, so because of that, Mark, just imagine, Mark, you leave from the traffic by 10 to 11. You go home, you take bath before you all your food, everything finish, all kinds of way. You just later 3 o'clock in the morning, I will wake up.
Can you imagine that kind of ungodly hour? 3 a.m.
At that time, I was living adjacent the other one who talking to them, talking here and there, they are Calgary. I was living adjacent Akaras Moses Gray. Because he myself will live in the same community. Look, Monk, I will pass through that terrible time. And that's the time you see the guy who used to fishing through the windows. I think you can see, oh, Monk, but you're not confirm me. When the men see me, they run away. Myself, I'm really afraid. And by that time, Monk, they used to have the company they call Comion. So Comion, I was having the flat phone for Comion. That's what I was using. So when I go and up, usually I have my little clean t-shirt, I have my little short trouser and my slipper. I go down Broad Street. I go wait for the man. When the man come, like that. One time, Monk, I fall in the guy's hands. Those and rubber or so forth. But when the man capture me, guess what I told them? When you find the man hold me, Monk. I told them, no, myself, I can't also. Yeah. But yeah, well, look, sometimes God knows the way to bless people. That night, Monk, that could have been one of the nights that I'm going to lose my life. But that night, that thing just came over me. I told her, I said, but what, myself, I can't also. Nothing cash here, myself, I still also. That one made it God to leave me near 10% over the face of an me. You're touching. Take everything from me. But I get nothing. Myself, I can't also. But let me just go straight to the end of the story. Even the Jamaican today, we even campaign. That was my first time to go Sktv-Lib Nimba, to go and see Nimba, how Nimba look. That was doing the 2011 election when Jamaican people contracted us because our boss always fetch. So they were looking for those fancy farm bosses. So they contracted us for us to be part of the campaign team. When they, but Mom, that made it today in my time. He promising me until your wife even had to get angry with me and say, but how you treating the young man like this? They make him to you with a plan that he want to learn something. Every Sunday you tired, you this, you have issue. No, that look at the hotel, they know. Let me not waste my time here, man. I think I had to find another thing again to do. Because what I really wanted for the men, I'm not getting anymore. Besides, only the street, I just getting used to the street, getting funny money, no here, no there. I don't know, I have to go back to school. So I started again, I go, one of my friends who called me again and said, oh, my man, they have some kind of late place to work, you can go also there. That's myself started. When I started again, I found myself into journalism. I said, but then that's good. So that we found ourselves into some of the places. So today, I'm just passing by with this thing that life is not easy. If you sit back and be complaining and sit down and say, you can't do this, you can't hustle, you're wasting your own time. Because these people, they will not help you out. But more like what my brother. So that's some of my stories. I just passed you to share with you and the rest of our listeners and our followers.
Yeah, thanks for the story, and that's personal. And that's the reality in Liberia or in most countries in Africa. We don't have too much of a job opportunity. So instead of waiting for opportunity to happen to you, you got to make opportunity to happen for you. That is, you have to create your own opportunity, or else you will suffocate under the burden of poverty that just had it. You got to survive. And a man must do what a man must do to survive. So that's a personal touching story. And once again, another day to be on Sktv. Please share the show. I don't know what happened with our number on the screen. Way below. I don't know if it's a system issue or the same.
Yeah, we've see what it hit. So we just maybe hopefully before Wednesday or Thursday that will be.
Yeah,
Facebook when they gave you something small, they wanted something you gotta stop because the more you continue to do certain thing, Massacre will get in here. So and I wanted the platform we have, so we don't want to go into any.
Why you got anything? You violate any community standard or what? You got any update from
I think there's too many virus and we start cleaning, but the more you have interaction with the network too much, maybe then they have issues. So but Mr. Kane also is working on that, and hopefully maybe before tomorrow all will be solved.
Yeah. Well, not much. I mean, a lot of stuff happening, even though they are irrelevant. We always come on the show and tell our people that they are the problem. They are the main problem in Liberia. They created a condition in Liberia for comedy. So the politicians and people that are in public office keep making use of it. They use it as a distraction mechanism to not talk about the most important issue. And this unlimited slew of attacks, attacking people for their health, their appearances, their look. The same thing happened before. So I can say again, nothing has changed. It's just that it's kind of a heartbreaking that you're having an audit report and other major pressing issue. I saw people, the blind, the people protesting about tough time. I like, you guys are the ones living it. The one thing that I know, I can always tell my point in the diaspora, we are all Liberian. We will pay the price directly or indirectly. But for you guys that live on the front line, you people that live in the country with nowhere to turn, you will carry the brunt of the burden if things go wrong. I imagine that people who can see are struggling. Think about a man without sight, without opportunity, like your personal story you just gave. You're energetic, man. You had the energy, you can see. Nothing happened to you. No physical impairment. And you could go through tough time. Think about people that are blind with visual impairment or someone that is crippled. I can say crippled now, or physical impairment, or whatever you want to call it. Think about your life. But when we talk here, you think it's all about political party. And you see them doing the manufacturing, deputy information minister. Now, the new phrase name like, bro, is mortar bounds in Charlottetown. Are you serious? It came from Alvin Wisse, and Georgia will go and add on it. So Unity Party must do the same. Now, the deputy information minister, that's the crux of the argument now. We come from nothing has changed now to mortar bounds and Charlottetown. Can you imagine? With everything happening, we're talking about $700 million over an audit period, or let's say over 25 or 30 years period, let's say 40 years. And the most we can offer in response to that is some kind of a drama. How President, we are looking pale, he looks sickly, he doesn't have energy. And now people bringing video that Sedition had, Joseph Boaga picture on the casket, I think from 2017. Is this why we're going to limit the debate to? But maybe let me stop there for now. And another thing that caught my attention on the weekend was the podcast from the Honorable Lawmaker Yeke Koliba. It was very important. He'd say a lot of stuff. And that's the only guy that I pay attention to of all the public servants in Liberia. I think he got a vast interest in our country in terms of moving the country forward. He's not political. He's above politics. He always talked about the most important issue, and he made a startling point against the opposition that if we cannot see what we want to see, if we cannot give us some guarantee, we're not coming with the idea that we should just remove Joseph Boaga for the sake of removing Joseph Boaga. We have passed that stage. We need to elevate the debate, and we got to see a real formidable opposition that will give us an idea as to putting this particular nonsense to an end between this Unity Party and the CDC. Because it's the same thing we keep seeing every day. I bet you from now before the weekend, I won't be surprised to see Joseph Boaga on treadmill because I saw Carrasco and George are doing setups. So I know Unity Party will want to do the same. I won't be surprised, once again, to see Joseph Boaga either scratching or on the treadmill before this weekend, because at the end of the day, that's why it's all about in Liberia now. We don't discuss nothing substantive. It makes no sense when it comes to national issue. It's all about the petty, tit for tat, back and forth, nonsensical thing, trivial things that will just take you off the main talking point or the most important things happening in society. But let me stop there, maybe. I don't know what you have.
Thank you, Mark. That one I like about you, even though yesterday you were not with us, but we also talk about some of these things. It's like, our people, or some ever say, let me just say some of our people, it's like they really enjoy these things. It's like maybe this thing can put food on their table. Yes. It's like maybe this thing, become more for me, because if you elect people that you're supposed to be holding them accountable for the time that you gave them position for, to better your life, or to do what exactly they promise you, but you remain mute and clapping for somebody say multi-banks, this and that, and you too, you fall into the same thing. So, like, even before all of the other talking points, I always saying this a few times. The Unity Party government, they have they have huge tax. Maybe they don't understand it yet, or maybe something hasn't ring belt into the ear, or maybe something. But they have huge tax to take care of Liberia. They have huge tax when it comes to the keeping of the peace. So all of these things they will report. I think you also part through with that, but maybe you didn't really talk about that. The investment on the U.S. investment climate report 2025, and that report came out since September. They haven't talked about that up to now. They don't care about that. Okay, granted. So because They don't want for the people attention, maybe everything to be so. All they're doing is, okay, send the one make noise, let me noise. But you have everything to do, or you have everything to lose as a ruling government. That's why you don't dance with the oppositions. Because if you do, you will not do nothing. You will not even be focused. Now tell me, if you are talking about multi-bands, the other bands here and there, you accuse the people when you're in oppositions that they stole 16 billion. You accuse the people that they killed, you accuse the people of so many crimes. And today you're in positions. None of the people beyond bound. Monk. So that means it's just like my time. So for me, even before I go to the Yoruba issue, it's like my time. So let the United Party, or in fact, let citizen move from position, let's get there too, and get rich, or to get our own, maybe eating. Because if you are see serious things ongoing, and you play phone, and you are joking about the lives of our people, you think that the phone or the job that you are doing a job for only today? No. It will affect our people 10 years, 15 years from now on. Because the time you are given the opportunity to better their life, you were playing phone. And, campaign already start more. It may be free. Whether you want to agree with me or not, I think for me, I already seen campaign, and I'll be asking you a series of questions, even when it comes to so many things. But with the Yeke Koruba issue, Yeke Koruba, like I said, these things, time we have numbers on this show that the only opposition that I will agree to or with will be the opposition excluding of Unity Party and CDC. But to be jumping from place to place, you say you think I get opposition more? It's a waste of time. You're talking about if you want to come back to come loot. Who will not loot? Monk. Who will not loot or who will not steal? Look at Unity Party officials today. See their behavior even on the internet, even towards their own partisan. See how they even react. See how they even talk to their own partisan. Then you get called about talking about, oh, we want opposition that will be serious. We don't want opposition that will be joking. They will joke. You get called about, don't waste your time. Yeah, where I have issue with you concerning when you're talking about that. You don't know that when they poke that they will scheme monk. It's a culture. So the best thing you you can do now is to fight hard for the system to get better. But if you don't care about changing, then you have to put some of all there too, so that we can better the life of our family. Yeah, man. But go ahead, my brother.
You know the problem with Liberia is not that we got bad leadership, even though we have bad leadership, but the people themselves, we got deceptive and bad group of voters in Liberia. That's why we suffer us. Because let me tell you something, Mabel. If you don't play the politics, even if you support a government or you on one side, if you see what's happening to you on your personal life, or you see what happened in the country, it's not even a bad thing to criticize someone that you support in politics. That's the problem with our people. They must always pick a side. And because the politician and the leadership understand that particular stuff, they keep creating more drama. They keep distracting the most. Look, when I woke up this morning, I saw that video between Wea and Kalasco, how you were doing the sit-up. I say, George, I say, let the drama too. Because if people say you are sick, you don't have to prove nothing. You don't need validation from them. If I'm feeling sick, we are all susceptible to sicknesses and diseases in our life. We will experience them for as long as we are alive. If I'm sick, I'm not feeling well, I gotta go to the clinic or go to the hospital and go treat myself. I don't need to come and do sit-up on live video to prove. The last time I heard him saying, he made some reference to wearing makeup. Like, who cares? How many Liberian men that know that for wearing makeup? You go on the street of Liberia and pop out 1,000 men. You won't even see 3 that wear makeup. So I think yourself, you're buying into the drama and this whole issue of going back and forth with tit for tat Unity Party. Because if I'm not feeling well, I'm going to the clinic. I'm going to treat myself. Let Eugene Fagon there making a post that he's not feeling well or something's happening to him. That's normal part of life. But when you start politicizing it, when you start doing it for the drama, then it becomes like, that's why I keep telling you on the show, Liberia will never make progress once Unity Party and CDC are in the conversation. It will never happen. Because even at the top, the same thing keep happening from the voters. The same thing. CDC go break grounds. United Party come on November or December 6th. Like all this nonsense. It's nothing substantive, nothing that makes sense, nothing that adds value to the conversation, nothing that making the country to move forward. It's all one thing after another. If we can do that, we can do that. I mean, come on, man. Come on. I mean, Melbourne, it's so sad.
Go ahead. Let me move. Let me chip in with that just reality that you talk about. Let me tell you, Monk. Between you and myself, the way the United Party government started, with the little, seriousness, right? They started with seriousness. So CDC was observing how things going to be like. There were a lot of fear in CDC that if these people be serious, that means we may not even surface the way we want to. But if the people made any mistake and gave us attention, most definitely we will use it against them. And what happening right now? The United Party, the government, they started blundering from their own horse. What they start corrupting to, they start stealing, things start happening. They're not persecuting people. They start moving from Antikofa. So they say, oh, whatever. That means these people and us not different. So say no different. We're just waiting for a little thing to just spark off, then we resurface. So let me tell you more. Whether United Party like it or not right now, moving forward, CDC will continue to confuse them. And I think when you're talking about what job we are doing that, job we are doing more than that. More. Because we are going to still be seen as someone who in control. We are going to, if I still want to be seen as someone who have the crowd, someone who have the command. Right now, it will even be more the way you even thinking, Monk, because the United Party, they look for it. With the party all kind of breaking down, fighting of sedition here and there, they look for all of these things. And we will play to them. They will be like, time will come, beginning next year, you will say, maybe I'm talking. Because don't give people attention for nothing attention. Do your work and be serious. But go ahead, Monk.
But I think we are both saying the same thing because it all depends. What you're literally saying is our politics. Matter of fact, it was confirmed by our lawmaker or certain senator that they are not serious, that they go over there to play fun. So it means there is nothing serious about the country. It's just mentally draining. It's almost like a waste of time if you want to engage in any meaningful discussion. If you want to talk about moving the country forward, it's just a waste of time because the lawmakers have decided that the people themselves are not serious because politicians respond to voters. That's why I say the voters are the main variables in this equation. The politician cannot get there without a voter. So when the politician have realized and decided and come up with this whole scientific law that the people who we are supposed to be serving are not serious, then there is no need for politicians to be serious. So we will all engage into the drama. So whether United Party performing more drama or CDC, that's why the voters have decided to settle for. And that's how the politicians are playing. They are playing to that tune. So I can't blame Georgia for doing sit-ups. I cannot blame Joseph Boaga for walking on the treadmill. I cannot blame Eugene Fagon for giving, whether he's real or he's faking it, or he just want to increase the drama. That's why the country has resorted to. And the only reason we are experiencing it because the voters themselves are not serious. When the voter, I keep saying this show, when the Liberian people are ready to make progress, we will know, we will see it. They will make decisions that will indicate that they are ready to make progress. And that's something the politicians understand. That's why they keep giving it the result that they want. That's why they keep playing the drama and the theatrics and this tit-for-tat politics and this nonsensical politics where mortar and charlatan were able to overshadow a $700 million GAC audit report. If that's nonsense that happening in any country around the world, tonight we got a political uprising in the country. People will take to the street. But in the case of Liberia, no. It's horrible. Somebody throwing Sakamo tree, the president laying or giving push up or he doing sit up. Joseph Boaka, people saying, who healthy, who not healthy, how president we are looking. It's all we are settled for. So I cannot blame this politician. That's why I keep saying Unity Party. I listened to the Deputy Information Minister Lahile press briefing or whatever you're talking about, who's a real charlatan, making the case about the audit report he described. President, we are presidents as ill-filtered.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, how they are the one cleaning all the mess. Okay, so which mess are you cleaning up? Because that's what I keep saying. United Party and CDC, they are like two door students that went to take a popular test and one want to believe that they are better. Because how many are going to take a test? They stand up for any test worldwide or any educational system. They'll tell you, say, at least C, which is 70% one can call walking stick in Liberia. Remember, if you are going to take a test and the bare minimum to pass that test is 70, you score 55 and I score 50, we are both dull. You score a little bit 5 points over me, but we are both failures. So why United Party people want to believe that they are doing better? Like I keep saying, United Party want to frame the narrative that they are a little bit better than Georgia. But the problem is both of them are unserious and they are both failures. That's my argument. Because when you listen to the Deputy Information Minister, he said the WIA government of unsanctioned and presently the Foreign Minister is in the warehouse hosting some security meeting. In the month of United Party, just going to the warehouse for them is a win. You see, see the logic here? Whether it's about what come out of the meeting, whether that bro will benefit because we have seen the president make so many trips around the world with nothing to show for. But in the month of United Party, compared to CDC, just going to the warehouse alone, it's a plus. Like bro won. Then he made another point about the domestic death scandal, how under their leaders, under the CDC leadership, Dillon and other folks were calling for the release of that document. So now, United Party believe that just because they release the document, even though they are also caught in the same scandal, they are the winner. You see the logic here?
But Mark, even to that, even the same team members or maybe the GAC people that they are even boasting of today, they all came from the previous government. So I think it's just about bettering the system, so throwing jobs and making sure that you reform everything for the betterment of our people. But go ahead, Monk.
No, the point I'm making here is United Party believe that if we hold them to higher standard, whether it was about corruption, whether it was asset recovery, whether it was about property retrieval and all those stuff and audit and putting people in jail. No, they don't want us to make whether it's bringing investment or creating jobs. That's not what they want to discuss. They want to look at the failure of the previous government and use it. Like what I'm saying, United Party believe that if they can score just 1 point above Georgia, then we believe they are better than Georgia. And we should give them power to extend their term in office for another 6 years. They don't want us to look at the main condition that we judge them by. No, they are using Georgia as a standard. And Georgia is not a standard. That's my argument. Because let's say your Deputy Information Minister, Dillon called for the release of a report. And the CDC government held it tight. So United Party came and released the report. Okay. When you want to talk about who's a winner here, we're looking at who was implicated in the report, right? Who committed a real crime? Who was the main charlatan? Who stole Labrimpo money? No. But in their war, that's not what they are looking at. The fact that Georgia didn't release it and they release it, just the release alone is a win for them. You see what I'm talking about here? That's how they want to frame the narrative.
Yes.
That we should focus on who happens to be the real criminal. Who are
so the company that, for example, the company from October 1, 2010, all the way to October to 2024, that they call the turn number for them, they don't care about that.
No.
But it's just about it. If for the statement you just made more, I think you are quite correct. Yeah. Because the document been on the carpet for a little time, and then decided to say, okay, look,
we just release it. Releasing it is a win for them. You see it? So that's why they believe that thing has changed. But we are looking at different variables to say, no, that is not what we are going to judge you by. We cannot, first of all, if the library, is a lazy power Unity Party folks argument. The reason you came to power because Georgia failed. So it's already an established fact that Georgia is a failure. Now, we cannot use Georgia to judge you because it was because of Georgia we replaced
it. Then you're a failure.
You seen it? So the whole argument that they are a little bit better than Georgia, so it means they are doing okay, is one of the silliest things I've ever heard. Let me give you a typical analogy. United Party, from my view, and CDC, they almost like a septic tank and the toilet. The septic tank and the toilet, they are located in two different separate locations strategically, but they serve the same purpose. They are only there to process shit, or what we call feces, if I want to mince my warrior, or what we call when you go defecate, right? Whether you poo in the camel, you still send the poo back to the septic tank. The septic tank cannot receive the shit without the combo. So just because they are in two separate locations, it doesn't make one better than the other. They serve the same purpose. That's how I see it. So if you are telling me the Liberian people replace Georgia for you to come in office, only for you to do the same thing, because you think that you can use George Weah standard to be the standard for the whole of Liberia, then you get it wrong. I mean, some people will buy into it. Then
that means amount to just borrow Mr. Conner, because Mr. Conner been saying what you just stated, that if for any instance or maybe for any reason for Liberians to think about George Weah, then I mean the Unity Party let government fail already. So Monk, to even add up to you, to compare a well-experienced man who Liberians think that he has all of the experience, is someone who been into governance for the past 42 years, to even or maybe compare himself with first time, that's just the first time voter, or someone who just coming into politics. Nobody. Then I mean, Monk, for me, if what you are saying, if that what they are saying and that what they are going back, then I mean the CDC doing well. Because if you will be comparing yourself, why in this world you compare yourself with the CDC? Instead of you doing better for Liberian people, you talk about salary harmonization. The CDC deharmonizations that was terrible for our people, that you're going to redo. Even to the extent that the nurses, they were also seeing on cameras. You harmonize my vote, I will harmonize, or in fact, when you harmonize my money or my pay, I will harmonize your vote. Today, up to now, we're going to 2 years. The Unity Party government, they can't redo the harmonizations. And one, the rule of law. The report just came out talking about how terrible your system is. Job creation. No, we'll be asking those of you who are rescuers or rescue supporters, even the government, the month just started, we'll be asking you one of the questions day by day. What was good yesterday or what was bad under the previous government and is terrible or is good? We'll be asking whether it's raw, whether it's bread and butter. Mom, just imagine. You even tag me into a Yantu. Now you tag me more?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I've been tagging a lot of stuff recently.
I think I had to play the Yantu of all. Saying that the Liberian people are eating God for the government and the bread and butter issues has been resolved. Oh! No, no. I think the country has swear. Well, let me go and mock.
Well, Liberia just a failed state. That's just why it is. They voted themselves, like I say, I would say 1,000 times. They are not serious. They are not ready to move that country forward. Because if you are really interested in moving your country forward, you will do things that will suggest you want to move forward. In the case of Liberia, it's not the thing. It's not the pressing issue for them. Like I say, it's about the drama. It's about trivial things. It's about tit for tat with these same two political institutions. You know, I know when you're growing up in school, when you take a test, the teacher want to use something called a key, right? That's a key he can use to correct the paper. You know, the reason he uses the key because the insults on the key, they are the real insults. He got to use that to mark the other students' paper. But in the case of Unity Party, they want to correct paper without using a key. That's just why it is. Because, like I said, you cannot use George Weah to be the standard. The reason George Weah is out of office today, it was because people bought into the myth that Joseph Boga could come and do better, that he came with 40 years of experience. So the idea that when you want to measure your success, you want to measure your success against George Weah, it's a waste of time and a losing argument because George Weah was already a failure. That's why he was out, or he is out. If George Weah was doing better, then we wouldn't have had Joseph Boga today. So how can you come to power and think that since 1847 in Liberia, the only man you want to measure your arm with in Liberian politics in terms of result is George Weah? How can you even make that kind of an argument? What is the logic to that? You came in because of George Weah's failure, and you want to use George Weah's failure to measure your level. So that no, we already have the benchmark for you. You got more experience. You served as vice president for 12 years. You've been in the public service for almost 40 years, from LPMC to whatsoever. They call you the elder statesman. Yeah, you got all the title. George Weah cannot be the standard for which we measure success. No, we want to see the foreign direct investment. We want to see the job creation. We want to see the infrastructure. We want to see the asset recovery, the court cases, the expediting the formation of a criminal court to prosecute people that stole government. These are the things we are going to measure. You know, yesterday on video I was looking at, they were comparing some. I don't know where they can do what in LPRC compound, some little house that was there before. They said they were testing or doing whatsoever, and they do want to put it like. You think the pet project is what people going to look at to determine the source of your presidency? I mean, if you build a bigger facility, okay, that's not a bad thing. But like I said, these things are just pet projects. The same thing we saw now where you go, you put level 3 here, and you put it never got
national. Even to that, they say government, they say rescue us. They say one former president we were building the hospital in Bapolu, right? They said that they will not eat hospital. Sometimes while I hear our people talking, they sound as if we're something may be wrong somewhere, or maybe something is happening. You criticize development. Yesterday, the man just stated, those few want to development. All of us, we said, no, we want something better. We all will criticize this thing yesterday because we think that it was a waste of our lifetime. And somebody will be being one day and be painting, be putting watch on it. No. So even the road that you're talking about today, oh yeah, you can move right, go to southeast.
Yeah.
And I don't need machines, I don't need people on that road. Because the engineer been on the road, they've been working, and they are there. These things are good for our people. It doesn't mean that you should come here, maybe the way you want to use as a way of getting vote from our people. No. If that's the case, then by now the former president, we are the president. If people are voting for Georgie, small thing.
Yeah, the little pet project here and there, then Georgia still remain. But why he couldn't? Because it does not translate into national policy. I can remember, let me give you brought about the hospital in Bapolu. Some of us we were critics of the WIA administration when they came. But when I heard the budget for that hospital, I said 30 million. First of all, I'm looking at the geographical location of Bapolu. I'm not saying that the people in Bapolu don't deserve anything better. It's a good thing. But looking at our healthcare crisis and the kind of a constraint, right, and the kind of a challenge, I'm not going to put $30 million in the Bapolu forest. I mean, it's a county that you don't even have a good road going there anyway. Maybe I will build it in the middle of, maybe like a Clay, like someone told one of my people told me, say, maybe Clay, then people from Grand Cayman and Bombing have access to it, right? Or better still, I might as well invest that money in more training and more drugs and distribute it to all the major hospitals around the country, because $30 million is no small money. But or I could say, okay, I could use $15 million, $2 million each, and give it to at least each county to improve the healthcare across all 15 counties. It will have a better impact than putting $30 million in the Bapolu forest, because Bapolu are considered to be a forest. That's what we said. But at the end of the day, people still consider to be a development. But guess what? We are being the victim of poor decision making. How many people now can tell you, say, oh, we are appreciative of the hospital that president we are built in Bapolu?
How many people have been voted for him? Good, more. Yeah. I like that.
The voted or impact. That's what we keep saying. It's the impact. So if you cannot translate your sources into an overall national development, thinking that one little project, you put one laboratory in Sando, right? Then you create one road to Grand Chile.
And the one saying the way, most of I keep saying, yeah, go ahead quickly.
Oh, you and your thought. Let me tell you.
I've been seeing the way around here with the same most system, the pattern of former president, we are government. Carry lab pools, carry few NEC pools, you take camera, you take Facebook, you put, look, don't waste your time. Time for voting. The government people, they will decide who to vote for. They already understand exactly what's going on. So some of these things, that's why will come here will tell you. So look, you will fall into so many things, because these things are not things to even put on internet. You get one level somewhere, you want to do video, people should be jumping that year that you put or maybe 4 or 5 levels into one community. So man, so he started with Sumo Light. She said Sumo Light today, big light tomorrow.
That's why she work on the hydro and expand the capacity so you can expand on that, right?
I know they do that thing that we're not right here, or maybe something happened to everybody. And when we came, we had to start with, in fact, he continued. So, and another person that will come will also continue with the same thing. There are things that the people want you to do. And these things that people want you to do, you keep bypassing the things and you're doing your own things. That's how the people continue to vote you out.
Yeah, it's the thing, Bebon. When we came on the show, from day one I have been on the show, like I said, over the past 2 elections, the one thing that I noticed, if you look at all the fundamental problems in Liberia, I say it comes down to one major 80-pound gorilla in the room. That is economic progress. And the problem is the past 2 administrations, we haven't been able to elect a president that will be able to tackle that main issue. That's the most important thing. My brother, when people don't have jobs, when the country is not making progress, you are not bringing investor into the country to expand the economy. There is nothing that you will do that people will be able to relate to. Everything revolves around pocketbook issue. When the Barker administration came to power on the show, I think only for almost 2 weeks. Mr. President, we got so many challenges in our country. You can do everything at once, but you can have a legacy if you can focus on one or two things. Maybe anywhere in the world, no president came and just started undertaking pet project. Where they did, they look at a major problem and say, you know what? I can identify 2 or 3 things that I will spend all my energy and resources on. At the end of the day, it will be my legacy. That's what every president did in history. Whether it was from America to Africa, people focus. When the president say, my agenda is about road, your entire 6 years should be about road. Because when you leave office, the future generation will say, yeah, it's because of Joseph Boga that all the counties happens to be connected. But no, you won't put one leopard tree in, you pay a resort in Foya, then you put one leopard tree in Papolu, right? Then you grade the road going to Grange there. Then you come here and bring 2 equipment, put it to the health ministry. You think at the end of the day, that's going to translate into economic success? Is that what you believe? The reason being they don't want to talk about the main issue because they know he's not capable of delivering on this issue. So at the end of the day, the same we have formula, we have project, you pay one lay rowing to community, PHP park. Even my old man from my late great, and you getting 700 million to be president, they will undertake project too within 6 years. Yeah,
More. Even every year you put me there today.
Yeah, I was undertake project because you give me 6 years with the money, I can undertake maybe 20 or 25 different projects. The question is, at the end of the day, these projects you are undertaking, how do this translate to economic prosperity? That's why I used to ask the citizen, I say, I appreciate President we are. The park is an initiative, a beautify the coastline, that area. But at the end of the day, how can a kid in Babolo relate to that park when he will never even come to see that park?
No. And some of the major issues that they continue to even pass over more had to do with the issue of their salaries, the wasteful spending. Just imagine you have almost 800+ million budget, and you have only maybe 1% or 2% there for development. The rest of the money go to people. They go to bishops. They go to people cars. People, so they kind of potholes that in the kind of middle of our roads. People running 200,000, 90,000, 70,000 worth of car. That's what they want from you. So they make it look like when they are paying you some kind of some kind of toilet somewhere or some kind of latrine place somewhere, they want you to be jumping. But they're running 70,000 worth of car. That car they are running, that almost like 2 maybe elementary schools or even gym and senior high school, and what they're running going. Or even a bridge, a temporary bridge that can even help some community people. And what they're running going. But they don't care about that. They don't want your eyes to open to all of these things. That's why they continue to do the cosmetic development. I think, when they come, what the major issues is corruption, the lack of rule of law. No respect anymore for the rule of law. Everywhere is damaged. The system is damaged. Bad labor practices. No respect for the workforce. Mr. President, the one just stated, everybody want to contribute. Everybody want to help their country to be developed, but no hand.
Yeah.
Only a few politicians.
It's so confusing. It's so heartbreaking. We're going to the news break, right? I think we're transitioning.
Yeah, we got to go for the news. So, another thing quickly before we transition.
Well, we'll come back. We'll handle the discussion. Let's just transition because it's almost 1 minute to the hour anyway. So I don't think we can.
Thank you, my dear brother. So, folks, those of you who just joined, thank you so much. We are about to go for a news break. We'll come back. Trust me, we will delve more into these discussions in our 7:30. We will activate the line so that you too can also be part of the broadcast. But again, these are things that our leaders lead us in, lead us out. Nothing they have to do. Even you have, for example, even Southeast. If the leaders were very serious, you have, I think, about 5 or 6 counties from Southeast when they were united. You think you'll be struggling for even road maintenance, the Southeast road cut, the other kind of thing, people do videograph photos here and there. No, but because they only care about themselves. They only care about what they can get. All of your coats, your magisterial coats, everything in on a everything in bushes and so forth. By the way, this break will be right back after the news bulletin.
You are watching us live from welcome to this live broadcast here. My name is Ryan Tobin. Just right before the executive mansion, as you can see, we are seeing blind folks here lying down before the ground. They are voting here. They are protesting here. Wherever you are watching us live from, my name is Ryan Tobin. Bringing this live broadcast as blind folks here protest, lying down, chanting JMB Road. But what's prompted their action? So folks, keep following this live broadcast. We are just right before the executive mansion, where you see huge number of blind folks here, and the Liberia National Police is also working in line to see how best they can put them in order. EPS officers are also on the scene here. So my name is Brian Tobin. I'm here bringing you this live broadcast. So they are putting them in order. So folks, they are putting them in order. This is happening right before the executive mansion here. So my name is Brian Victor. I'm here bringing you this live broadcast, as you can see. So folks, keep following this live broadcast here.
So you're gonna have leaders and come on, so we know who to Gentlemen, the minister is going to come for you. I said, hello, can you get? I said, you can show us what I'm going to come for you. You keep your voice down, your voice down. Somebody people the government is here. I said, come in. You keep quiet, please. Hello? You keep quiet,
So this is the time here, just right before the executive mansion. So as you may be aware, also today the president will be here at the executive mansion with some delegates. So as a result of that, that's why the blind members are here to meet with the president.
The chairman of the Super Association of Liberia. We are very concerned today that we personally living with these abilities, we are just running from street to street. Can you imagine? The president, His Excellency Joseph Human Senior, whatever they can do on that policy to the black people, to be just the people again. But unfortunately, it was mismanaged by the director, CFP, who is the director for the National Commission on Disability. So we are not satisfied. Can you imagine? Our 200 policy will not set us. Nobody has given us. So we are here today to tell the person that enough is enough. We need a speedy intervention. And you say, we are prepared to see the Minister for Internal Affairs. Let me say, he's an internal minister. So I will take all the microphone over to him, then he will get all the messages.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Musa, hello. This is Alvin Jacks, one of your blind professionals in Liberia. I brought the microphone system so the minister can talk to us or to hear him. Yesterday, I know when something told me on the internet out there, no little one. But it's good that the government talks to us. Because now we the blind people who say we don't go, we should represent the government, not the court struggle, right? And we should put the right thing there. Many people know who to call Alvin Jacks. I am the police woman that got blind in August 2009. Today, blind people have take the workers on the computer that he gave it to them. The same thing know my power, you know why? I'm a blind man that one master two or two masters. I'm the first blind man that touched anybody like it. I'm the blind man today. I'm here to talk about it. Hello? Hello? Yeah, morning. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Refusing to hear the minister.
It's Mr. You can perceive the noise. Now people are attending, and what people are supposed to be addressed. So I tell the people, please listen carefully. Please listen carefully. I thank you people.
Yeah, morning, everyone listen to the minister, right? Everyone for the president to interview, right? Everyone to meet the president, right? Everyone to sit with the president, right? The team will start causing noise and then you'll be able to meet the president. And I want you people to keep silent. Excuse me. Hey, hello? I want you to keep silent. Yeah, keep silent now. Yeah, keep silent. I want you to get a message clear. Hello? If you are willing to listen to me, I want you to clap your hands. Please clap your hands. You willing to listen to me? Please clap your hands. Please clap your hands. Listen carefully, please.
I want you to be listening. I want you to listen.
1, 2. And I was in my car passing when I was informed that the blind people around the executive mansion. So I decided to park my car as Liberian and as the assistant minister for urban affairs, the Ministry of Internal Affairs. It is my responsibility to stop here to listen to you people. I just listened to your chairman that the president gave the people $200,000. Am I right? And the money was mismanaged. And you are the executive mansion ground, and I want to meet you people so we can sit down. I can take the message to the president how best you can sit with the president and discuss the issue with him. And the low power, when you come near the executive mansion, we have our international panels. We have other people that usually route here. And there is the road that the president used to go to work. If you're around here, people see the police people around you, people here, I think it does not send good signal to us as a country. That's why I make a stop and to say, look, these people, they are our people, they are disabled people. I will make a stop here. Listen. You understand? So what we can do, hello? Do you trust your leadership? Do you trust your leadership? Okay, I want to go sit down. We will always go to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. We sit there. Yes, give me names. The names you will give me, I will take that names to the executive mansion today. We will show your time, maybe today or tomorrow. So your committee can meet the president, and the president will listen to you people. It's true, you people vote that make President Joseph Pata president today. So we respect you people. We respect you people, right? So we can't mind that because you people are disabled people, we can't pass by you people, right? I think you see the level of respect the police people giving you, right? The police, they are here, they are not harassing. They are not harassing you people. The only thing you say, you leave the main road, right? So our media leadership, I need 5 persons. 5 good, I need 5 persons from 1 year. We will go to the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Then I will be able to send a communication to the president today. Then tomorrow, by tomorrow or today, the president will be able to send a delegate here to come and meet the people. But I want us all to sit at one place. Let us go. We are here. Your leadership at the Ministry of Internal Affairs. We sit down so we can make arrangement so the president can meet you. Okay.
So folks, as you can see, the Minister of Internal Affairs just spoke with them, and others agreed while others are refusing to go. Let's see whether we can speak to some blind folks here to give us their view.
I say you're putting on the sidewalk. The minister is about to do something. You leave the road before the woman that for all the rest of the minister. You leave the road and get on the sidewalk. And then Toby, Timothy, Timothy, and Musa, can you guys come to me? They are disenchanted because there's information that somebody will go to.
Yes, so now we're back after the news bulletin. We've been faced to on the other side with real technical issues, so that's why we are able to broadcast the news live on the network. But again, yes, that video it show. In fact, that's the happening this morning with our disabled people. You know, the our people, the blind people. But for me, I feel sorry for even the children. Mark, I think if you watch that video, you will see a lot of children and these children, the money they were seeing in front of the school hour. So I don't know. But again, that is the society we live in. Among we're back. What say you? What's up? Well, so it's like Monk stay on his little break. But again, folks, if you're just joining us, this is the Tuesday edition of the SKTV show. For us here, we don't carry on. You can say that you're parable. Because no need to waste people time. And most of our leaders from 2006 up to now, they are all wasting the time of the Liberian people. So that our ending with that entire Southeast leaderships and so forth, you know, our politicians to tell you how terrible they are. They use poor counties. Go there, brainwash the people, manipulate them, act like the father they care for them, and they become leaders for these people, and nothing change in the life of the people. So let's assume that each of them they make maybe 10,000 per month. Even if they decide, or even if they are decided, or they decide to say, okay, every month we will put 2,000 susu just for the southeastern road, so that we'll be able to maintain a road until the central government come in. No, that one they're not able that one. Okay, every month we put 2,000 together. How many districts? Okay, Granjida get 3. Maryland 3. Yeah. No, Tina 2. Kwaku 2. Riverside 2. No, I think 3. Yeah. Riverside have 2. So Sano, let's assume no, maybe they have 3. So all of the lawmakers or the leaderships from the Southeast, you have 2 senators. So that one they are already 12. So that put it that way. Right?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, Mark. I'm calculating the leadership coming from Southeast. And instead of them becoming help to their people, they are now becoming like, I don't know what they are, I don't know, the low the people are carrying, because they are the low. Instead of them solving the people problem, they you know, practically become the low for the people. So you have 2 senators, 6. You have 6, 12, right? Monk?
Hello?
Yes. So if you have all the lawmakers, you have the senators, all of them, I just assume that they are around about maybe, I think they almost in either 18 or something. I'm counting all of the leadership, especially our lawmakers from the Southeast. So my entire point here more had to do with the way our leadership, the way the people are treating our people, that they are not even giving back to the people. So let's assume that maybe they were in Leo, maybe Susu, or maybe something is okay. Let's put this money together as Southeastern Legislative Caucus to be able to, every month, if that 4,000-5,000 we get, maybe from the Susu that we put, or 10,000, we'll be able to build the clinic or something for the other county, or maybe for the other district, or maybe for the other place, or in fact we can buy drugs, or we can maintain the road. They're not able. But every day, these are people that want leadership. Every time. But I'm going to go ahead, because it's just annoying. And let me count all of them. I will give you the exact number. But go ahead, more.
Well, I don't know. There might be maybe 18 or 20, because I know some of the counties like Grand Crew, Sano, I know they should be closer around that. They should be closer to that number. The only thing I saw a contradiction in Majabata video for the people who claiming that there was a massive looting of state resources in Majabata, is that the money allocated for the visually impaired people were mismanaged, which is the same as a looting of state resources. So we get talking about the most important thing here in the deputy minister, I don't know, for internal affairs, for urban development, is confirming The exact same thing that we keep saying. But as like I said, the problem in the country is the people. They are not the politician. The politician are not responsible. The politician when they play into the tune of the people. That's why they settle for. That's why they have accepted. That's why they have made their SOP, their standard operating procedure. They cannot look outside of the traditional norms or the people who they claim to have experience. They limit themselves to two parties that are proven to be a colossal failure. They have documented their failure is on the record that even the blind man can see, but yet they believe that their feelings and emotion is more stronger than their logic. So we were being it. Like I said, I listened to Honorable Yega Koluba, all the stuff he was talking about. I still believe nothing is going to change until the Liberian people themselves decide that they're going to do something differently. Until then, it will be the same old nonsense, the same old drama, the same old protest, and at the end of the day, they will still go and elect these guys. So for me, I don't know where it is, but that's where we at as far as I'm concerned. That's why I keep making the point here about these two political parties and the whole idea that one is better. Because when you look at the CDC side, the problem with when it comes to Georgia, I don't know why I cover. When it comes to the former president, because people believe that he came from the world of soccer and sports and entertainment.
And that's the point, Monk.
So for him, they will lower the standard. For him, he had to do anything because he's supposed to be George Weah. He's this larger than life figure. He's a cultural icon, a former world best. So for him, the standard is lower. He can do the bare minimum and people will celebrate if they say he did something monumental. But then they flip the switch on Joseph Boaga that since you get a 40-year experience, we're going to set a standard so high for you that anything less than your highest standard is considered a failure. That's why they always fancy that chances against each other. CDC always want to compete against United Party. United Party always want to compete against CDC. And that's not the problem. The problem is we have other people in our country, other leaders that can do better than you too. Why should we keep limiting the debate to these two? Is something I cannot wrap my head around, even though that's the reality in Liberia. Because how can you even make the case? We brought Joseph Boaga on board because of George Weah confirmed failure. Okay, so Joseph Boaga, you cannot use George Weah to measure success because the reason you came to power, George Weah is a failure. It's an established fact. It's on the record. It's documented. But George Weah, you cannot make the case for us bringing you back based on the failure of Joseph Boaga. What kind of sense does that make either? So you are making no sense against Joseph Boaga, and Boaga is making no sense against you. So
that means in short, what you are saying, if the capable is not available.
Yeah, if the capable is not available, they're available because capable. No, we're not doing that. We cannot keep using that yardstick. That's why Yega Koluba said, if that is the case, then Joseph Boaga might as well stay in power. Because what he's saying technically is, sedition shouldn't believe for 1 second that because I attended your groundbreaking, so I'm a sedition. No, we are looking for certain commitment. Matter of fact, for you, you are a slave that have beaten me before. That'll get a coded message to say you cannot be an option moving Liberia forward, even though you are in the opposition, because it makes no goddamn sense. If we cannot find someone to do better than Joseph Boaga, then Joseph Boaga might as well stay in power rather than making the case that, oh, we just got to remove it. No,
but for me, more to that, for me, the already started already. For me, when it comes to that Yega Koluba issues, for me, if Yega Koluba want to be by himself, it's okay. But to join people and say and be thinking that I don't want you to be the same, no, then I mean not really. Because all of our politicians, they are just, do they really care about him? Let's see how Yega Koluba, more job media a little bit until water. I think maybe go for water, but how Yega Koluba suffer, campaign heavily for this government, even to give a little recognition, even though the ills that he's speaking about, they are all ills that yesterday, that the same government who are in power today that was speaking against, but today is okay with them because they are the one in positions, they are the one in power. So for Yega Koluba, who struggle with them, who go from bush to bush, who put his neck, his life of his family on the front line just to get this government to power, and they are downplaying him. They acting in fact, let me see him. Look, Mom, no need for you to be wasting time with it. If you want to be part of or maybe opposition, I think, and you claim, you're not to be CDC.
No.
So for me, the other crime be being one star. So I think at one time like you're wasting, because if you don't want to be part of CDC, I'm not the CDC even looking away.
Okay, that's a logical point to make, because you cannot be saying one thing and doing something differently, right? You cannot be attending. Okay, he can say we are all part of the opposition, but then the optics matter. When people see you fending around the CDC and going to that groundbreaking, even if an invitation or not, they still believe you are part and parcel of them. But the message you are preaching here is CDC or United Party cannot be the option moving forward. Then you must start building your own opposition, because I guess in that hypocrisy, that the message he was sending to the Tewan Gonglo, to the Clarence Maluba, to the Ellis Common, and the people I think he was referring to, because he said, if we cannot see the opposition that we want to see, then Joseph Baga might as well stay in power. So technically what he's saying, CDC is not an option because we tried them before. United Party, I put all my political capital in them. I help bring them. I put everything on the line. Look at what they are doing, and I can go with them. So technically what he's saying, the other opposition leaders should come and form one ticket that will be strong enough to go against the two opposing forces. That's exactly what he was saying in layman 10. He might frame it another way, but
that's the point. But more, you're right. That's the point right there, 100% that indeed. But for me, even in fact, I'm even sensing that the Yega Koluba either you go back to the ruling position or you go back to citizen vote, because any kind of way that you think that you want to go, you got to start now. Because if you don't do, Honorable Yega Koluba will be sitting on a time bomb. And they will fight him to remove him from that positions.
Oh, yeah, that would be the best thing.
Let me be frank. And I will say this on the radio. Honorable Yega Koluba be following today. Just start deciding now what to do next. If you want to be a little independent and be on your own, just do. But if you start to flip so and there and here and there, they will remove you and you'll be silent in this country like you don't even exist anymore. So if you know what I know, because the other political party that you're talking about among, if it's among, these people, they will not come out. You know, they won't. Because the people sit here among, they don't even talk. They don't even come out to even be radical to issues. They sit back. Oh, wait, let me be frank. CDC be quiet. Like I started with the entire conversation. CDC was observing things. Who were talking? It was only the media. And that
nobody came and filled in the vacuum. Nobody opposition. Everybody just watching.
So today, because CDC now start maybe eating show, so you want to round, they won't agree. So that argument for me, let me see it, because you will not be sitting to your house. Then someone go and do things for you, come and pull you on their back and carry. No, we keep saying this thing from the one that let the opposition that claim they want to take power from CDC and that the United Party, let them stand up. Nobody around to talk. But today, CDC now, so for me, when I get called over, I think it's take a long way to go. If you think that maybe you want to go back to where you come from, or you want to remain opposition, because right now, you have to be careful. If you're not careful, they will play.
And some of the preconditions that he's calling for before he can even accept the opposition invitation to be part of them, to put his political capital on the line again, he laid it. And I don't think United Party will want to welcome that, because he's talking about Yana boys and market women and giving them access to loan for business. He's talking about extrajudicial killings for people to be brought to justice, prosecuting certain people in government, and giving the Liberian people the assurance, because his precondition is anywhere the Liberian people will decide to go, even though I'm advocating, but that's where I would go. So when he said Liberian people now, that way it becomes very, very confusing, because Seditionists are Liberian people too. Unity Party support are Liberian people. So the question is, he got to be clear and emphatic as to where he stands. You don't want Unity Party, you don't want CDC, then you cannot be creating a condition where people will think that you are either leaning between one of the two. You got to draw your line. Now he's calling himself an opposition leader. Okay, then you form your own caucus in the opposition bloc. Then you start the new campaign against Unity Party and CDC. But if Unity Party call you to groundbreaking, then you go there and CDC call you to groundbreaking. So the optics is a little bit confusing, even though we understand.
But you still have a lot of options. You still have a lot of opposition political. You have even the CMC. Like I always saying this, you have even the CMC. You have a lot of vibrant opposition political party that you can each other join, and you have your meetings and see how best to even stand up. But other than that, let me be frank. People like to move with crowd. And that's what carry most of you politicians today. So you think that you don't want to associate with other people just because they are of the other side. No. But you still have vibrant opposition political parties.
Oh, yeah.
Even with the latest and the newest political party on the block, the CMC.
Yeah.
It's strong. So the CMC can stand up, the ANC and all of the other political parties and say, okay, some will want to retire the two political parties because they are not serious and they've been ruling the country since the war, and up to now, there's no change. Let us move on and change these people. But they will still want to die in one with Unity Party, with CDC. They say they want change. Who wants change?
That's it. Like I said, a guy like we were on that, you don't want to confuse our voter. Our people are very simple-minded people, the vast majority of them. You don't want to confuse them. The message you are sending out there is simple. Unity Party and CDC cannot be an option for 2029. Now you calling yourself a political leader. You are saying that Georgia is a snake that bit you before. Because you live under the reign of Georgia and the administration. You were complaining when sedition thought you were doing bad things for the country because for them they were more interested in the party than the country. Now you are showing the same of Joseph Boaga. And your argument is, if we cannot get an opposition that will give a clear indication that are ready for Benedict Boaga should stay in power. So technically you are saying you don't want CDC and Unity Party. But then as an opposition leader now, or a political leader now, then start placing your call to Tewan Gonglo, Clarence Moluba, Simeon Fremont, Chemability, then we won't see the new caucus or the new coalition that can give an idea as to where we are moving forward to in the future. But if CDC is breaking ground, okay, I know the intention, but not too many people thinking like me or Melbourne or Steve or Sekou. Because the moment the average person sees you as CDC headquarters, they assume that you are part of the CDC. So I'm not saying you cannot accept an invitation. Just know how you are playing the optical game, because politics is all about perception. It's not reality. Even though you are saying, I'm not part of them, I don't want to be part of them. But when they see you hanging with them, they will assume that you are one of them already. This is where the conflict in the message
Well, that's just the point. Thank God I finished the entire point. Do you think why up to now the oldest man in this country refused to speak to former President Weah? Is it a joke?
Yeah, he got to separate himself. He can show that we are one of the same. But the men to the political leader, the ANC, the men didn't know the men they went to the same school. Yeah. That's politics. You don't confuse the people. You don't confuse them, my brother. You stand for what you believe in. I know. I understand the logic that CDC is no longer the ruling party. But CDC was once a ruling party. They were in power before. They are not some grassroots, newly formed grassroots. No, they've been in power for 6 years. They were there for 12 years before even the CDC. So I would say for the past 20 years, CDC has been a vibrant opposition party. So if you want to make the case that you want this new independent plan, because the one question I keep asking for, where is the rule of law caucus? Because my expectation for that rule of law caucus will be the third option to challenge the power that be in both houses. But the rule of law caucus, it will get another optical illusion too that fail and die or natural death. Because my thought was they had a number to put pressure on this government, but I don't hear about rule of law caucus anymore. That's why I care the whole country is nothing but a comedy headquarters, because you cannot make sense of what they are trying to achieve. The same thing happened when we formed the CPP. The same thing that Yaka Koluba playing the game with. I mean, I don't think he learned that much from where he's doing now in Liberia. When we came out with the idea of the CPP, the Liberian Post said, yeah, we got a new vehicle, but not knowing it was a political plot to benefit Joseph Boaga. People thought it was a competition. No, it was a coronation. But guess what? They took the energy from the CPP to bring back Unity Party. They played that game well, and the game played in a favor. So Yaga Koluba, for someone who has seen it in recent memory or living testimonial to that saw it, you cannot keep playing the same game. You cannot be for the cartel and against the cartel. You know, at the end of the day, I think Mr. Cummings too was one of those that was a victim of the same idea. You said you got clean hands. You never worked in the government before. You are not corrupt. But at the end of the day, you form a partnership with Ben Ayure and Joseph Boaga, and you call it a collaboration. No, people will see you as a perceived criminal, because if you hang around with criminals, then more than likely you are a criminal. You cannot be saying one thing and doing something differently. If you want to deal with the devil, then deal with the devil. Don't criticize the devil. If you want to stay alone, you stay alone, even in a losing effort. Don't be playing the confusing game, because our people, like I said, they are not sophisticated.
That's why today when you hear somebody saying that, but people, they are the same. So it better let me, sometimes I just like the way you can think fast. We say these things, some of our times we have numbers that joining other political parties in the name of, I don't know, opposition, solidarity. Look, you are not the only opposition political parties in this country or maybe in Africa. They have other political parties in Africa that also go into elections. That's why yesterday morning, if you hear me talking about, can we now have maybe 4 political party system where maybe we will have 4 vibrant?
Yeah, 4.
Because
the more powerful 4, then they can compete. Not 20 or 30. 4 be enough.
Because the four best political parties will be okay that, because having so many political parties also is another form of corruption.
It confuses the people themselves. It confuses the voter. Because naturally, even for people who are affluent, it's just part of human psychology. When you give people too many options, they don't make better decisions. That's why you want to narrow down your choices, because when you narrow down the choices, it becomes easier to make better decisions. If a voter walks into a voting booth, he sees chairmanability, he sees maybe Cummings, he sees George Weah and Joseph Boaga, it's easier for him to make better choices. But you give them man a list of candidates, he can't even load down to the bottom of the page to know which candidate you want to vote for, because they almost like 44. The ballot paper like 2 pages long because they are almost 44, 45. How can you expect for the vast majority of the people to make better decisions with that much option? They will go the familiar one, the most recognizable one, the most popular one, because you got so many jokers on the ballot that to make better choices become almost impossible. So the
system, some of the voters, they don't even go to even waste their own time. And when they go to number 1, number 2, they finish the job cross and go. Because where they're going to find, like, for example, they're going to find John Brown, where maybe the person to, I call it 18th place or 17th place, or some of our voters, they don't even have time for all of these things. They just go on your mark. They say anybody win, well, that's it. You see the kind of thing. You corrupt the system just because of that. Today, good people are nowhere around our leadership.
Yeah.
So they have to succumb. The good people, they got to mess with bad people so that they can a little bit come closer, but it's not still working.
No, so, Mr. Yaka Koluba, Honorable Yaka Koluba, I will tell you, if you want to be the new political leader on the block, we already know you've been consistent in your advocacy and the fight for the Liberian people, but you have to match your actions with your word. We know that on the advocacy stage, but on the political scene, if I were you now, I would start placing a call to every other political leader that is also a unity party and CDC. And you the one to start making a new argument about this new form coalition that we can use to get rid of these two. But you can't be going to CDC headquarters, you dancing with them, they towing you, and because the CDC
issue. I'm not too worried. I'm not worrying about his district. So he's looking for that thing. You know, let me tell you, Mom. In fact, you said something. The COP, but then it was the COP that even gave the Unity Party strength. Let me tell you today that I started with the CDC. These two political parties is like they are reading between the lines.
Oh, yes.
The Unity Party, after the 2017 elections, they were already lost. Because people start to feel that, but who will now come to, until when Henry Costa, the leader of Henry Costa and the rest of the team, started to talk and stand up for the Liberian people. Yeah, it's just like Henry Costa didn't do bad now, then the men are strong hero.
Yeah,
because
the COP was what gave rise to the CPP.
Exactly.
And that brought energy back to the opposition. Even the Dillon and all of them are rolling our wave up because of the CPP.
Exactly, because of the COP.
So we can still do the same thing. We have tested it before. We cannot keep doing the same thing and expect different results. So, Yega Koluba, Honorable, I will tell you again, you got to match your words with your action. At the end of the day, you have to place those calls to chairmanability, to the Cummings, to the Tewan Gonglo, to the Simon Fremont, the Clarence Maluba of the world. Then we are talking about real opposition. CDC is a former ruling party. I don't consider it to be an opposition in my view. Unity Party is the one that empower, and we want to divorce from these two, like I said, colossal failures. Then we got to give a clear narrative that we are looking at other options. And you cannot be the one.
And with the issue of waiting for a second round, first political party going to elections, then second round, then political party be choosing which side to go. Just
to go, Then they're looking for a job. At the end of the day, they won't win. Then they're looking for a job and start compromising. But let's take calls, maybe.
077-020-3125. That's the number to call this even to people of the SKTV show in Indeed. That's the content that you have here. Like for us here, we don't come here to talk about individual attacking people. No, we come here to speak truth to you so that you can understand exactly the country that you live in. Today's caller, good evening.
Good evening,
let me say good evening to your many listeners doing the broadcast this evening.
Yeah.
This is David King. I've joined you as usual from my Sunday resident. You see, I don't know what neighbor call CDC, not a authority. No, maybe let me tell you. Not maybe of Monk. Monk, you can support the ANC, the ANC would never even come in our electoral process here.
Why you say so?
Why I say so? Because there's a coming the party using in politics. I mean, they don't even have a constituent. So how can somebody who does not even have a constituent will be talking about people who have mandate for a children base, and you'll be talking about them, taking them, this and that. Look, the Liberia have resolved, the CDC will be the victim of hope. We have not let it for 12 years. They said, yeah. And you talk, you say, we have petty project. The people of Morovia never had an office space. We erected it. The FPRC now had an office space. We erected it. The Maritime, we were paying money to build it out years out. The CDC government made an office space for the Maritime today. Today, for the first time in the history of Liberia, our military has never had a hospital. George Weah did that. All right? Aside from that, the Liberia Football Association never had an office space. George Weah built that. Today, the LPA, they don't have an office space. George Weah was built there. They own a constitutional state. This government is reneging to just end it and dedicate to the LPA. We are still paying rent.
All right, thank you, David King. To Charles Cooper, Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Mebon.
Yes, my brother, go ahead.
Let me just debunk why your first caller said that the ANC can never win any election here. I think that is not true, but that is his opinion. And Mebon, I have told people, if the Liberian people continue to vote for these two parties, CDC and United Party, it can be compared to a man holding water in a leaking bucket. That is a wasted energy. Maybe these two parties over the last 20 years.
So who's stopping the other political parties too from even winning election? How can the political party come together and even remove the two? Because if Charles, if you people continue to have a setback, like what the first caller said that you people don't even have base, how can you?
Yeah. Let me tell you, when people say the ANC do not and does not have base, they are one of the base they are talking about. Because all of the parties in Liberia, our base is the Liberian people. The only thing we are being suffering from is that the Liberian people are not being able to open their eyes correctly to see the other alternative. There was something I say. The two parties have cast a stare upon the Liberian people, and that is a curse. Because the two parties are not solved one of our national problems over 20 years, maybe. And I said it, and I'll continue to say, maybe. I stand to debate with any partisan from Party and CDC to tell me that they are solved one of
so where's the strategy? Where's the strategy coming from? You can call it what's you.
Let me tell you, the ANC, the only thing maybe the Liberian people have with the ANC is that because we are diplomatic in our approaches, we're not going to be doing that kind of radical politics because we want to be different. Where we'll be sponsoring protest, causing a lot of noise in the country. The ANC is not a noisy party. We believe in working behind the scenes. So Kumi is a result-oriented person. He's not a noise-making type that our country is one of these two parties.
All right, so, thank you. So this call up, good evening. Yes, go ahead, my brother.
My name is Liba Semi, and I'm fully a TV for chicken with Labor. Sometimes when I'm listening to people and say, we should do away with that, or
no, I'm not saying you should do away with it. It's your right to vote for any political party.
Yeah, what I'm saying is that the two of them, they should be going away with that. What I'm trying to say, because the fact is that most of the guys in the book are the past 12 years, it's 12 years. They supported Malansani throughout. Right? So, then who are the new people? Because they change the party name or new party and this, that is an issue. Because even the strategy chair now for one party, now you go. That's what you always say. So, if the new political party will be bringing people for help, then I will be convinced. The same people around here will be telling around the same purpose. The same one will be going around. So they get the same thing. For me, the issue of party is not an issue in the country yet. It's just to be able to see it. That's all about it. But you can find new political parties You need a very what more than that. Because I'm not too good at how to system that. You see that the Democratic Republican, when Republicans used to vote, and that's why I'm trying to share the idea. The idea of real food that will work for the people. Serious. But so that's why we were seeing here. This are for me. There are confusion of that. I'm not going to people are coming to CMC, because look at the just I look up on that one yesterday.
All right. All right. Thank you very much. Keep your calls coming 0770-203125. That's the number for you to call. Well, I don't know where the other opposition political party, but today's caller, good evening.
Good evening, Miss Bond. And I want to say good evening to Monk in the listening of the regular.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the voice of Abba Dikwana. And I put in for never come to the side. This was sharing secretary. Let me first appreciate you guys for the talking tonight on the platform. But Mommy and Miss Bond, my attention was given to the issue of the two political party you guys talked about earlier. The Unity Party and that of the CDC. As for NFR, we say the Liberian people want to retire the Unity Party or the Rescue Mission. I don't think, in my mind, the CDC is the best alternative. Because you know why? We gave the CDC 6 years. 6 years. And they performed testimony. So to see them come fire into another political party, the Liberian people will not thought that no longer. So we want to see new parties with new faces. You know what I mean? So the thing is, the Liberian people continue to regret as it relates to the decision we always take. Therefore, yesterday, May 2005, people voted everybody shall leave on the basis of being the first thing they talking. That's the crowd. So, 12 years, people were staying in the corridor, crying all around. And then he left the petrol, they elected George to work on the basis of it being.
So that goes straight to the point, and before we go to another caller, because the line is jamming, please.
Thank you. The point is, we want for somebody to deliver the boom. It should be somebody to give up the party for not the CDC to pay the party. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Today's caller, good evening. I'm okay, my dear brother. Thank God for life.
This is almost I'm calling you from Moravia. You know, like yesterday I stated, the issue of this air classical. That is this party against this party, party against CDC. Everybody, they are playing a very negative role. They are not giving an alternative. Most of the time, sometimes when I call, and I always try to say, you know what, let us be discussing the substantive issue, the very important issue. So they can even call me, I will not decide what thing I'm going to be able to discuss. But I can tell you for sure, that is now the time for us to know that let us forget about these two political party issues. If this government is doing something, let us press upon this government, criticize it, make the recommendation, and see how best they can improve upon it. Just comparing it with that of the CDC, like the little monster, CDC is not, their government is not a yardstick to national governments in this country. And so that is one of them.
But it's the government officials themselves that are making it to look like, in fact, that they're in competition.
You know, one of the things I see, the media, and you people can always say, I don't know whether I can practice that one, but you always see it. The media is the torchlight in the darkness. They are the one that can be able to, even sometimes, they can champion a particular discussion among people. So, you know, people, it's not a matter of what they are discussing, but it's substantive. Some of us will listen to the station or will listen to the radio station in order for us to see what are the objective issues that we can participate for us to talk about it, not on this other person or the other person. Then the other one has to do with the issue of this sickness, this of this person.
No, we don't have to discuss that, Chief. Please forget about all that thing.
No, you know what I want to,
my man, we don't discuss, no, we went to that, phone. Hello, today's caller, good evening.
Yeah,
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for your show. Maybe all this Arabic from you. I know discussion in that church. Maybe when you discussing political party in this country, do not put STDC with unity party. Maybe CDC is a progressive political party, and everybody in the leadership of CDC, those people, they have been nice for the country. Yeah? So I don't want you when you discussing in CDC and unity party, still coming to it. Unity party, for those people, they are liars. There's no sense of progressiveness in them. The fuck is the power is there? 3,000 human beings having artists to every month. When are you willing to 5,000 artists in the country?
People graduated, just that maybe they're still looking for a job. But I think people.
You don't for creativity process on the reason why these people putting their CDC on the because the safety the cover here. But when we are safety, he's never here. It's fucking the power. Anyone can tell you what in power. They're in the best in this country. That's similar thing they are doing. Taking down the rule of law. Every other thing they are doing. When you come to compare there, with no political party, like the CDC, you know how many human beings in this country are being party positively. You know, what like everything. That's wealthy payment. They're fucking the power. When are you willing to?
All right. All right. We have to trouble you. Pascal Davis, good evening.
Yeah, Memo. How you doing?
Brother, we're okay. Thank God for life. Go ahead.
Thank you. You can talk on it. These guys, they are very comical. So, somebody say, we can be any party but not the CDC. I don't know whether when they talk is sometimes they can say. Unity Party has what yes. Mr. Packer now admitted to you that he was a race car back. He was the one who is up elected to stand up for politics. In your dream, you elected him. So you want us to say, no, we want your way. Who for the first time we saw things that we didn't see ever? How can you be cruel to yourself? And even to your, because it's about all about family. So the family, you brought a man who is policy everywhere. I mean, sorry to say.
All right. We have to go. Sorry. Yeah. So let's stick to the issues involved and for me, I'll come up conversational talk or so forth. Let's move to the issues. Yeah. And let me see. Quickly, I'll tell Louis more before coming back to you. Louis, yeah, my brother, good evening.
Let me apologize for the irritating feedback in the audience. You know, Mong has spoken well this evening. Listen to me. Our country is a difficult country. Mong and you struck some salient point this evening. You have to define your role. And you struck that point, Mong. They were very significant. Yeke has to be clear. I mean, in a whole lot of video that if the opposition are ready, because in one of the sections he made on Monday is that then let your boy guy continues. If he's not, if they're ready, I don't know what he's reading. But he has to, you can't be letting you say, you can't be dangling. And you also put it rightly. There are serious opposition. You can build variable lights, Mom. There are serious alternatives. Because, Mom, trust me, if the opposition do not get their acts together, and Mom, I have said it, it is difficult to win. You might feel that they fail. You might feel that they didn't do nothing. And the Cuban need a formidable and consolidated opposition to face them. They are in the driving seat. One of the things I have in the Unity Party, they go down, they had the Yeke, they had ACOP pledge their support. They had the guy who came there, the guy who is in Japan now, they call him Apiton, is that Apiton? Apiton pledge their support. They have pockets of support.
But most of these support, but Louis, like I stated, I think about them, most of these supports, we don't know yet as to how it's going to be there, because mind you though, the CPP that most stated, or the COP or the CPP by them are more stronger than any kind of thing that you think about 2029. So, I come in. Yeah.
For the senatorial
good. Doing those.
It took with them to the 2023. That's true.
Exactly, because of Mr. Cummings, I think the CPP won about almost nine counties. Yes, indeed.
Yes. They have an overwhelming victory on the CDC for the senatorial. They won Grand Kipma, Senator Bochas won for Ribachi. They were all over winning. Okay. So they had a good ride and this, that. So you need such a force like that. They had a better
and the CDC is also noted for always winning the first round of elections. So let's see how they're going to play. They come in 2029. But it's a very serious.
Nobody going to win unilaterally. There has to be consolidation. There has to be alignment and realignment. Nobody winning one. There has to, you got to build the influential people, the influential party. You got to rally around to have a weight. The ruling party to be all over there throwing money, getting people support, planning delegation. So it has to be a unison. It has to be forceful. It has to be formidable.
All right.
It's difficult to win the ruling party in power.
All right. The same thing the people were thinking today, the BCBC. Well, the other thing, the last story, the number from minister, I don't know about that. Yeah, no more. That's the same thing. Louis, I can't buy to that thing. That they can't be ruling party. Just 20,000 votes. The web CDC, yeah, you talk about they can't be ruling party. You know, you can put the money out, they put it with either. But I know where more I've got to go.
You know, the two first callers, they were the one that grabbed my attention. Their position was very fascinating. When we're talking in context of the political decision and the people making their choice, we are not saying to the first caller who said, "Oh, President, we are better of a Billy, my brother. If we are doing so great, I'm going to re-elect him." There was a reason they never re-elected him. So all the things you name it, what we talk about pet project, that's why they're talking out because people couldn't see the impact after 6 years. The thing we are saying here is it's very simple. We are not saying Unity Party and CDC will not be on the ballot. When we say they are now alternative, we're talking about if you want to move the country forward, then you should forget about two of them. CDC is a ruling party. I mean, former ruling party. They will more definitely be a force in an election. So I'm not saying that, I don't know how you're calling the ANC. We're not talking about ANC. We're talking about the point that Yeke Koluba was making in terms of forming a new opposition. So we are telling Yeke, if you are saying Unity Party and CDC cannot be an option, then you got to form a coalition that will send a signal to Labrimpo here that Labrimpo themselves, we are ready to do something differently. And one guy made another point. He talked about chairmanability supporting Unity Party, and he talked about Mervyn Cole, that we cannot keep changing faces and thinking that they are the same. They were one aligned with the same party. So changing the name, it doesn't signal anything positive. So, like I said, I will throw it to Yeke Koluba again. Yeke Koluba believes that he's a political leader, that he wants something outside our Unity Party and CDC. So it means he needs to form a coalition or to make calls to people who are totally outside of the two political blocks. That's what I'm saying. Because you can say the CMC, that new political party, but if you are making a case that Mervyn Cole, who happens to be the chairman, either came from Unity Party or CDC, then it means it's the same confusing the voters. It's the same thing that Yeke keep repeating. When you give people the impression that you fall with either one of those two, then more than likely you're not preaching the message of change. That was suffer commies in the opposition. You cannot criticize a system and go be part of that same system. You got to stand your ground and be a leader, even in a losing effort. But guess what?
And more forget to add to that. There where Mr. Benedict came in, I think quite recently said that for now on we are not into any opposition business. No. We want to focus on what we can do.
Yes. I'm going to walk my own walk, and when the time reaches, we hang here. But until then, I'm not going to be seen partnering around with Unity Party or CDC because it means I'm undermining the very same argument that I'm making. It does not make sense. The average person, he believes that Yeke Koluba is a sedition. You cannot go to CDC groundbreaking ceremony and claim that you're not part of them. Even if you're not part of them, the average man will believe. Now come on election day, when you go crazy at CDC, but the man say, but who's all the men to CDC? You're all breaking ground. Come on, man. We have seen this script before. We can keep doing the same thing.
Thank you, Mark. On a very serious note, this mistake happened 2019. Those of you who just joining, maybe you don't really understand what we're trying to say here. But this mistake happened 2019. Was that 2019 or 2018 with the ANC, the CMC, the CMC, the other ANC, the CPP. But then all of them, they went, they joined our entire thing, try to fight CDC. Today, they removed CDC. Where are they today?
Yeah, they are.
Where are they today?
Yeah.
So you see, So again, you bring in another group of people to follow another group and remove another group. Why are we heading to?
But if we can't get opposition that we want, then let Joseph Boakai stay in power because there is no need. We cannot keep using another force to remove another force. We need to bring the single people back. That's the logic. So now, if you want to stay alone,
they wouldn't feel quickly election by it will just happen and we will win more. As to why you want to retain somebody that want that won't stay. But you can't force people on people, or you can't force high leadership on the people. Yeah. So that's the one statement. Good night. Mom, we gotta go home. God bless tomorrow.
Let me come join my again now.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the club. Monitor people who waiting to sell. The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brother giving us the end, the parents of them. The welcome my life we have here.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clever so make you I can't Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And you no money, the more I get you. And you love the more I get you.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I delay ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I forget now ya to money. That's the baby, and I forget now. Cause you walk on my ya to money. Yeah. Oh.